Hello and welcome. This is Energy and You, a weekly show that brings you developments in the energy sector with a focus on the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited. On the show today, highlights of events that shaped the successful outing of Nigeria's notable international energy conference, the NOG Energy Week 2023. Plus, we'll bring you updates on the war against crude oil thefts by NNPC Limited. All these and much more in a moment. I'm Egusa Igumbo. We begin the program with energy stories making the headlines in the global arena this week. Oil prices extended their decline by 1% into a second session after China's second quarter growth came in weaker than expected. This fueled concerns about demand in the world's number 2 oil consumer, just as Libya resumed production partially. Russian oil exports from Western ports are set to fall by around 100,000 to 200,000 barrels per day next month from July, a sign Moscow is making good on a pledge for fresh supply cuts in tandem with OPEC leader Saudi Arabia. The United States is working with India to develop an investment platform to lower the cost of capital and increase private investments to fast-track India's energy transition. That's according to U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Chinese oil refineries led by heavyweight Sinopec are set to boost Brazilian crude imports in the third quarter to replace some of the Saudi Arabian supply cuts after the kingdom hiked prices, that's according to industry sources. China, the world's top crude importer, has booked nearly 1 million barrels per day of Brazilian crude for August and September delivery, of which 20 million barrels were purchased by Unipec, an arm of Sinopec, the top Asian refiner. Brent crude fell $1.32 to $78.55 a barrel, and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude dropped by $1.22 to $74.20 on a second straight day of losses for both contracts. Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching Energy and You. Now, achieving energy sufficiency and exploring emerging opportunities in the energy sector were key issues that reverberated at the 2023 edition of the NOG Energy Conference and Exhibition Week. With the theme, Powering Nigeria's Sustainable Energy Future, the various presentations and panel discussions x-rayed plans and strategies that would ensure the accessibility and affordability of energy.
At the opening of this session, a ministerial address focused on plans and priorities for Nigeria's energy mix, presented by Ambassador Gabriela Duda, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum Resources.
It behoves us as a country to begin to look inwards and tell ourselves the truth, identify what our strengths are, and build on those strengths. We only need to be able to balance the use of natural gas by expanding our domestic ingestion of gas in practically every aspect.
Speaking virtually, the Secretary General of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, His Excellency Haitham Al-Ghaiz, delivered an international keynote address.
The oil and gas industry has a long history of being at the cutting edge of innovation and technology. And now it has the possibility of bringing that expertise to bear on developing cleaner and more efficient technological solutions to help unlock an emissions-free future. While there is great promise in many of these areas, there is also a grim reality shared by far too many around the world who unfortunately have no access to energy at all. Moving forward, OPEC will continue to do its part in promoting a pro-investment environment by taking the actions necessary to encourage oil market stability under the Declaration of Cooperation.
Shortly after the Secretary General's address, the Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Mr. Mele Kyari, delivered a keynote address on redefining Nigeria's energy landscape for sustainable energy future. In his address, he emphasized the need for a collective effort to meet the national demand.
There's need to respond to the global conversation around energy transition, so we have a perfect fit location for people to walk away from the onshore assets. That's what is not said, but that's the reality. So as they do this, you do need to get people of capacity to take this place. And that has been our argument. So look, yes, we understand others can leave, but that new partners must be able to do proportionately what the departing partner is doing. And you can't do this just by PowerPoint. You must have the people, you must have access to resources, you must have access to financing, and very many other things, not just wishful intervention. But partners must be able to do what must be done.
Kyari discussed the criticality of building partnerships in the industry and noted that the industry needs new players whilst assuring existing partners that NNPC Limited will not hinder their business decisions. He stated that new partners must demonstrate the capacity and resources to contribute effectively to the energy sector in a manner that ensures its growth and sustainability. The successive panel discussions focused on strategies for accelerating gas development for Nigeria's energy transition and defining the journey to attaining an equitable energy mix for Nigeria.
It should be a transition that is equitable. Equitable in the sense that it takes care of the environment, it takes care of the people that uses the commodity, takes care of also the people that produce the commodity. Now, not only that, it has to also be beneficial to those societies and people that the commodity is exploited on behalf of. For instance, in Nigeria, the Nigerian population, the gas that we have is meant for the whole population. So if it is exploited, it must be to the benefit of all.
We do have a very vibrant agricultural sector. We can multiply that sector by the utilization of some of the wet components of our gas. There's a urea opportunity that we see.
At the end of the sessions, participants agreed that taking bold steps to revolutionize the sector for a sustainable energy future is the way to go. They also opined that achieving carbon neutrality by 2060 is unrealistic, as there are more investment opportunities in the country's untapped abundant resources.
The NOG Energy Week 2023 provided a veritable platform for exploring investment opportunities in the energy sector. Panelists examined the attractiveness of Nigeria's energy sector and the investment opportunities available to achieve national energy sufficiency. Take a look.
NNPC Limited has been a strong advocate of encouraging international partnerships and increased flow of investment into Nigeria's energy sector. This role was further enhanced at the Industry Regulators Panel session, which held at the NOG Energy Week. The ways and means of attracting needed investments to achieve national energy sufficiency were exhaustively discussed. Other discussants focused on assessing the attractiveness of Nigeria's energy sector.
Inflow of international contractors. A lot of them have moved out. We want to be able to attract them back. We recognize that Nigerians want to build capacity. We will work with these international contractors to build their capacity. Offshore space, for example, deep water, it's a niche skill that is required. It's capital intensive. It's only the big contractors that can play in that space. We need to get them back in country so they can begin to work on some of our projects. And then if you look at fabrication yards, we still have a lot of fabrication yards empty. We want our fabrication yards to be full again. So we need more projects to come on stream.
We have a new administration, and the new administration direction is certainly what we're picking up is ease of business, foreign direct investment, enabling environment. which is all very positive. So set the rules and be very clear what those rules are. And tied to that is the regulation. So, we need a very strong regulator in country. That's very critical, not just in the oil sector, but across all sectors. And setting these regulations and abiding by it and holding everyone to account is really critical.
For NNPC Limited's Chief Upstream Investment Officer, Mr. Balawunti, there are huge investment opportunities emerging in Nigeria's energy sector, which continues to be a bedrock of potentials responsible for the attractiveness of the country's oil and gas industry.
Total Energies, in partnership with NNPC, launched a major tender for our incubator project. That tender is going to rake in significant foreign direct investment. We are restarting the pre-oil project. It's a tie-in project, clean project. We expect something in the neighborhood of over $2 billion investment. We are significantly advancing on the Agbami gas project. That is bringing in significant couple of billions of foreign direct investment. And on top of that, we all know the oil project, which Exxon has put in the freezer, has been on freeze, courtesy of the PIA and the renewal of the PSC. Put all this together, we see an outlook between this year and next year of somewhere in the neighborhood of $18 to $20 billion of foreign direct investment. Everybody wants to invest today and harvest tomorrow. Nobody wants to invest and wait for a 10-year cycle to be able to invest. Recognizing this context and characterization of capital, and if Nigeria and the industry need to attract this capital, we must structure ourselves in such a way that we'll be speedy, but not only will be speedy, we'll be able to key into the global dynamic and narrative around carbon management and carbon emission management.
In addition to regulatory considerations, Mr. Winty emphasized the need to optimize cost through capacity development in the contracting space. He advocated for a hybrid approach that combines the strength of both local and international contractors to ensure quality service delivery and foster local content development. The panel sessions for NOG 2023 Energy Week Conference and Exhibition was brought to a remarkable close with discussions themed defining the roadmap for the future of Nigeria's upstream sector.
Permit me to just highlight some key elements of the roadmap for the upstream sector. Enhancing security. This issue is a significant barrier to the realization of our vision for the upstream sector. As we embark on this transformative journey, we must embrace innovation, technology, foster partnerships, and act with a sense of urgency.
We have been very active actually for a number of years at reducing the carbon intensity. And I can give you several examples, but I'll stick at the high level for now. So lowering the carbon intensity of our existing operation, and as we look forward at future investment opportunities, shifting more to the natural gas side. Historically, we've focused on oil. We'll start shifting to more investment in natural gas development.
No doubt, the positive outlook for Nigeria's oil and gas industry post-PIA implementation has created a ripple of excitement within the sector. With upcoming projects and a growing focus on aligning with global standards, the Nigerian government and industry stakeholders are poised to leverage those opportunities for increased investment and sustainable growth within the industry.
Let's take a short break here, but coming up next, NNPC Limited engages the public on its innovative and transformative services post-PIA. Details in a moment. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Now, at the recently concluded NOG Energy Week, NNPC Limited's exhibition booth offered a unique opportunity for stakeholder engagement and enlightening participation as visitors gained fresh insights into the company's new business focus. The interactive sessions at the booth provided visitors a first-hand experience and gave them commercial orientation of NNPC's business entities. Additionally, value-added and revenue-generated innovations were exposed and discussed. These include innovations by NNPC's Research, Technology and Innovation Division, NNPC Academy, NSERV, and NNPC HMO.
So it therefore goes to
the beautifully designed NNPC booth at the Conference and Exhibition Energy Week attracted an impressive crowd. Beyond the experience of a serene environment, the educative and informative technical seminars organized by NNPC Limited was a source of immense excitement and fascination for delegates and tourists. Participants and visitors were thrilled to learn about the groundbreaking work carried out by the RTI division of NNPC Limited, which includes a showcase of latest advancements in research, technology and innovation of a robotics process automation.
Currently, we've developed additive manufacturing capability in NNPC, and we're working on geothermal energy development and in-country cloud technology. We've been able to deploy 5 number robots. These robots have been able to, and they've been able to save valuable man hours.
Presentations by the NNPC Academy was equally captivating. It captured the Academy's comprehensive training programs, capacity building and educational initiatives, enabling visitors to understand the academic's crucial role in nurturing talent and fostering skill development within the energy sector.
Beyond technical trainings, we do a lot of leadership trainings, we do a lot of IT trainings, we do a lot of commercial trainings, we do trainings that have to do with even the security space. Basically, it is beyond oil and gas and it's beyond technical. It goes into the non-technical IT space and all that.
The presence of NNPC HMO at the booth also created a positive buzz among the attendees. Visitors were excited to learn about the HMO's commitment to providing top-notch healthcare services to NNPC employees and their families, as well as generating revenue through the process by offering healthcare services to organizations.
If you go for access to care that is beyond what you cover, we have something called exclusion management, where you could tell us to actually pick the bill, for corporate clients actually pick the bill and then send us the invoice afterwards. So you know how health happens. You could actually be in dire need of health care when your pocket is a bit low at the moment. So for a client that we're already working with, when that happens, we just need to clear with you. Can I go ahead and pay the extra? And then you refund me later. And when the agreement is done, we do that. And later, on a later date, send you the bill and then you arrange for the repayment afterwards.
Attendees at the various insight sessions shared their thoughts on the exciting developments at NNPC Limited, the knowledge gained and potential collaboration as stakeholders.
By and large, it really gave me like an idea into what NSERV is all about. Honestly, this is a beautiful way of marketing what NNPC, that branch, is all about, because it changes my orientation about NNPC, and for me it's a welcome idea, and for me it's a good step in the right direction.
I'm impressed actually, because before now I've not really seen the impact or really understood how NNPC have been working and their impact generally in the country, but now I really understand what they are doing and how they are making better improvements for the oil industry.
It's an insightful session. They also explain how AI is used in the oil and gas industry, and how they are also making use of sustainable development procedures to also reduce oil and gas carbon footprints in the exploration process.
While the 22nd edition of the NOG Energy Week lasted, a high point for NNPC Limited was a prestigious NOG Equity in Energy Award, bestowed on the company at the gala and award nights. All these accolades symbolize NNPC Limited's unwavering commitment to fostering equality, diversity and inclusion within the energy industry. It validates NNPC's progressive efforts to create a workplace that celebrates and respects individuals from all backgrounds. The award also serves as a testament to the company's dedication to building a more equitable and harmonious energy sector.
Time now for an update on NNPC Limited's ongoing war on crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism. Take a look.
From Abua in Rivers State to Ohaji Egbema in Imo State, the war on crude oil theft is on, and the industry-wide security collaboration continues to record remarkable progress. Between the 8th to 14th of July 2023, a total of 145 incidents were recorded. 37 illegal connections were uncovered in the past week, mostly in Rivers State, where disconnections and repairs are ongoing. 63 illegal refineries were discovered and destroyed in areas such as Upata and Abua in Rivers State, where thriving illegal businesses have been brought to a halt. 4 cases of pipeline vandalism were also recorded and are being repaired. 14 automatic identification system infractions were flagged using NNPC's maritime intelligence system and have been escalated to the Navy through NNPC's incidents management and reporting application. 25 wooden boats used to convey stolen crude were confiscated in the past week, some in Ohaji Egbema in Imo State and Koko in Delta State, while 1 vessel was arrested and 1 case of community unrest recorded in the region. 63 of these incidents were recorded in the central region of the Niger Delta. 53 were recorded in the eastern region, while 15 took place in the western part of the Niger Delta's oil-producing region. 14 took place in the deep blue water. For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down on the war on crude oil theft until the menace is eradicated for good.
The 22nd edition of the NOG Energy Conference and Exhibition Week ended with remarkable success, loaded with experiences, knowledge sharing, and networking across the value chain of the energy industry. We caught up with exhibitors, delegates, and participants alike on their takeaways from the annual event.
The intention to come to this exhibition, Nigerian Oil and Gas, is to showcase our product offerings to the industry. And the idea is to find potential distribution partners who can associate with us and help us in reaching to the end customers.
I think this year is much better than last year, honestly, because the crowd was much, do you understand? Last year, people didn't really turn up, but this year was different.
I was able to meet a lot of companies which we harmonized together, understand, to grow our businesses. It was actually a good one, and this is actually my first time coming to an exhibition like this.
I went past the NNPC stand. Wow, it's beautiful. I think they outdid themselves. The people there, their energy is 100. They are receptive, ready to give you whatever information and answer whatever questions you have. So it's been a good one, you know. Kudos to the NNPC plus all the goodies they had for us.
Now, as attested, stakeholders had a productive time at the 22nd NOG Energy Week. The presence of NNPC Limited demonstrated its strong commitment to driving Nigeria's energy future through international partnerships, investments, and capacity development. The company's focus on gas infrastructure, upstream industry development, funding, and partnerships also highlighted its role in achieving energy accessibility and affordability, as well as security at the conference. And that's our wrap on the show this week. It's been good sharing your time with us. Remember to stay updated and keep the conversation going across all our social media handles showing on your screen. You can also catch up on all episodes of Energy and You by scanning the code on your screen now. I'm Erusa. Igumbo, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.